So today while visiting in an open house, the house next door, apparently they didn't want any black neighbors. They knew that there would be plenty of traffic coming through in and out. They have a white lamb indicating white people, I guess, and the monkeys indicating black people hanging from a tree. And it says sometimes you have to pick the gun up to put the gun down. Black Lives Matter, question mark, question mark, question.
So that is from Shia the realtor on TikTok. She is a realtor in Georgia, and that is a display that has apparently not only been up recently, but as we're gonna get into, has been like terrorizing this community for a very long time. This guy, hardcore committed racist, who so doesn't want black people moving into his area that he has put up this incredibly, not only demeaning and racist, but also violent imagery of stuffed monkeys being hung, effectively invoking lynching as a display to tell any potential black people, you should be terrified of moving here. And I imagine it's probably a pretty successful display. Would you want to move into an area where someone is crazy enough to do that? Would you think that, no, he's probably the sort of racist that's just crazy enough to put up that display, but not to actually commit a violent hate crime? Who would risk their own life, the life of their families in that? And so just we can put up the shot again and you can see it changes from time to time. You got the white lamb for some reason that I'm sure evokes something for Stormfront people. And those the signs at the bottom with the violent language there. Sabrina, can you imagine trying to like show houses to people and this is the sort of stuff that you have to contend with?
That is terrifying. Well-adjusted people do not do that. I don't understand how this person is able to keep doing that. How is this not like a hate crime? I get that there's no like individual target, but how is this allowed?
I don't know. You can get away with a lot, honestly, at this point. Now, there was some sort of thing where her account either suffered a strike or something like that. It's not immediately clear. TikTok seemed to be implying that by her showing that imagery, that itself was hateful. It's not super clear, but Shia did put up an update on the situation, as you can see in this video.
Oh yeah, and also y'all, after the open house, my client and I, we had a showing there. We pulled up to the property, and as soon as we were pulling in, he was walking inside and taking out the last few bits of picket signs, news, monkeys, lamps, everything out of his yard. His yard was clear, everything was gone. I don't know if the neighbor caught him, like, there's this black realtor, you know. I don't know TikTok, but I definitely know that this is not the end of this. These neighbors have been enduring this for over a year now. They've complained to the local news station, to the police. He's been arrested several times for this hate crime stuff, but it goes no further than that.
Think about how committed you must be to your racist beliefs that after being arrested for it, you just put it right back up there. But she said in a caption, what you're not about to do is demonstrate hate crime against us. The effort they go through to try to upset and bash us should be placed elsewhere. Yeah, like how much better would this insane racist life be if they'd put this passion and DIY spirit into something positive? Like a book exchange or something. Like honestly, this is what you put your passion into. It's just disgusting. I can't imagine. You know, we see this display and you think about you're potential black homeowner. You're trying to see an area and you have to see stuff like this. Which, by the way, a member of our audience, PH Diva, says I've driven past this house on several occasions. It was so disturbing to see. Thank you for letting us know that. It reminds me, I just saw on the Brookings Institute. You can see this an evaluation they did right now. Maybe you're familiar with this phenomenon, but it's from back in 2018. The devaluation of assets in black neighborhoods. So they calculated that on average, assessments of home value for black homeowners is about $48,000 per home on average lower for black homeowners. That amounts to $156 billion in cumulative losses. And that is just the monetized effect of anti-black bias in the assessors that are doing this. It's more complicated than just the assessors. That is a massive financial hit. And so it takes place in things like this that are harder to identify the bias in. You have to actually do a study to be able to identify it. People could suspect that it's happening, but you have to actually look into it, to insane racist displays like this.
I don't blame people for not wanting to live next to that person. But the part that kind of surprises me the most is that this man has been arrested for this multiple times. He does not seem to care about consequences. So I am terrified for whoever does end up moving, next to him, because maybe it won't just be, displays in his yard.
Exactly. Yeah. God only knows where it could actually go.
For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/thedamagereport. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.